lovelies, welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you'll be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos and leave commentaries and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video.
So lovelies, I came by this video on my For You page on TikTok and I thought to share it with you guys. Where, this Bankola people yet again was saying, doing what they know how to do best. So they actually went ahead to, do something to an man who happens to be 23 years old. Guys, I'm just gonna roll the clip as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section and let's dive into it.
You might not realize it because you don't hear about it, but police murder someone every single day in America. In fact, police have already killed at least 371 people this year already, according to Mapping Police Violence. And beyond the even sheer horror of that reality, what's even scarier is that you're not safe. No amount of being a law-abiding citizen can guarantee that you don't meet your ends at the hands of this police state. Take 23-year-old senior airman Roger Fortson, who was just murdered by Tallahassee police in Florida on May 3rd. Roger was in his own apartment on FaceTime with a friend when he heard a knock on his door. He asked who was at the door, but nobody responded. So after a few minutes, he checked the peephole. Nobody was there. Minutes later, he gets another knock. He asks again, nobody responds. He checks, nobody's at the door. So then he goes to his bedroom to retrieve his legal and registered firearm to go and check for intruders. But before he could do that, the police barge into his home and shoot him to death. They shot him 6 times because they claim when they entered the apartment that is now believed to have been the wrong apartment altogether, that, he had a gun, so they had to murder him. They entered the wrong apartment and they murdered this 23-year-old airman. And the officer was only placed on administrative leave. Besides the fact that this 23-year-old black man is now fucking dead because sloppy, racist, trigger-happy police officers enter the wrong apartment and murder somebody without a second thought, the most part about this is that this story is familiar. I'm thinking about Botham Jean, the 26-year-old accountant who was killed in 2018 after a Texas police officer stumbled her drunk ass into his apartment and killed him. This shit has to stop, and I promise it's not going to stop if we keep leaving the answer at just trying to prosecute the occasional murderous police officer or just shelling out our taxpayer dollars to pay off settlements for these brutal and racist murderers we call cops. We have to do something systemic. We have to address the problem at large, and it's the entirety of what policing is in America.
I just saw the horrifying police cam video of law enforcement killing Roger Fortson, a U.S. airman, 23-year-old black man, in his own home. I'm not going to show the video, but the video is horrifying. If you really want to go see it, you can find it on the internet. Police arrived at his door due to a 911 call for a different house. They knocked on the door, and as soon as Roger opened the door, they shot him dead 6 times. They claimed self-defense because Roger had a legally owned firearm in his own home. On what planet is it self-defense to go to someone's home and then shoot them dead 6 times the second they open the door because you were afraid? You're at their home. The Okaloosa County Sheriff has not identified the officer who shot and killed Roger Fortson. He has been placed on administrative leave. Renowned civil rights lawyer Ben Crump is taking this case. He's representing the Fortson family, to whom I send my deepest love and compassion for this horrific atrocity. A reminder once more that the only developed country in the world that has this level of police violence against civilians is the United States, and it's not even close. The police officer has not been charged yet, and we are still waiting for a full investigation. I will continue to provide updates as I can, and this is why it's important that we continue to raise our voices against these horrific injustices.
I'm back on here one more time. I'm getting tired of talking about this whole race thing, right? I don't talk about it a lot. I really don't. I try not to. But of course, it's always at the forefront of my thinking and when I get on here and do videos, always, simply because I'm a black man in the United States of America. I heard about this young man, senior airman. Let me make sure I get his name right. Senior Airman Roger Fortson. Black man. Not just black man. Uniformed black man. Military. Active duty. So I'm sure everybody's heard about it. If you haven't, apparently police came for a call for domestic disturbance where this young man was living. But they went to the wrong place, went to his place. They've got body cam on it. Check it out. It's on here on TikTok. Banging on the door. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So this young man legally owns a firearm. Bam, 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 bam. And you also hear, when you do your own homework on this, that they were covering up the eye hole that you can look out. They were covering that. So I'm assuming he's not knowing what the hell is going on. Anybody can come knocking on your door saying that they're the police, the sheriff, whoever, but going to cover up the eye hole. So if it were me, and what I believe with him, of course I don't know, but he got his weapon that he legally owns. So let's do this. I can't tell you how many times I have seen footage of white men, in particular, white men toting assault weapons of all kinds, and white police officers walking up to them and asking them, is everything all right? So for everybody out there that wants to think that things have changed, I've told y'all, nothing has changed. These folks, the founders, the colonizers of this continent, never intended for black folk to own weapons. So when we start talking about biases, these white officers that shot him 6 times in his chest, all of them, not just the shooter, all of them need to be fired. If it were a black man that had come to that house and it was a white man behind that door, that black officer would be under the jail, and everybody knows this. So for anybody that decides they want to jump up in my comments and say you're overreacting, I'm not even gonna respond to it. So I'll end it with this. For the colonizers that came over here and took over this continent, for they know not what they do, for they know not what they have done.
Senior Airman Roger Fortson was shot and killed in his off-base apartment by the Florida police. This happened on May 3rd, and now a lawyer for the family is saying the deputy who fatally shot the Florida airman had the wrong apartment. Florida police have not yet released the body cam footage, but Airman Fortson was on a video call when the police first knocked on his door. He went to the door, asked who is it, looked out the peephole, didn't see anyone there, heard more banging on the door, reached for his legally owned firearm, and when the police broke down his door, they shot him 6 times in the chest. Airman had graduated high school with honors, has no prior criminal record, and worked in special operations at Hurlburt Field in Florida. Sheriff's office has not given comment yet, but this same sheriff's office came under scrutiny after one of its deputies resigned following an internal investigation last year of an incident in which the deputy fired his weapon multiple times at a detained suspect after mistaking the sound of an acorn hitting the roof of a patrol vehicle as a gunshot. Hurlburt Field is where I did my press combat zone training as part of the JCOC under the direction of Colonel Allison Black and Lieutenant General Bauenfeind. All my friends at Hurlburt Field, we are going to get answers for Airman Fortson's death.
His girlfriend was on FaceTime with him, so she heard everything. And she talked about how she heard a bang at the door, an aggressive bang. And she talked about how he said, "Who is it?" and he heard no response. She talked about how he went to the door to look through the peephole, but it was as if somebody was covering up the peephole so he couldn't see out of it. And he kept saying, "Who is it?" And how he went and retrieved his legally registered gun as a gun owner to protect his house. And how he was walking back and the door was open, and then how she said that she just heard shots. And then how he was on the ground.
And they said, instead of calling MS, they just said, "Oh yeah, he shot up. He shot up. My baby was shot up."
He was shot 6 times.
Just imagine this. You're a 23-year-old U.S. airman. You serve your country, did what you had to do, doing the right thing. You're home, relaxing, on FaceTime, on your phone, boo loving. You hear a knock at your door. You walk to the door, you look out the peephole, you don't see nobody. The person knocks again. You say, "Who is it?" They don't even announce themselves. You're like, "Listen, let me just to be safe, let me go get my piece," which is registered, by the way. And before you know it, your door is being rammed by the police. They kick your door in. They see that you have your legal weapon on you, and they decide to shoot 6 times. That's what happened to the senior U.S. Airman Roger Fortson in Florida. His case is currently being handled by civil rights attorney Ben Crump. Ben Crump did a press release today with the family calling for justice in this case, because not only did they kick in his door and shoot him in his own home, but it was the wrong address, y'all. Yet again. It was the wrong address. Praying for his family during a difficult time.
Imagine you're a 23-year-old young black man and you've got everything going for you. You're in a special ops unit in Hurlburt Field, Florida. You're a good-looking kid, and some cops bang on the wrong door and shoot you as soon as you open it. The body cam footage was released today. I'm not going to show it on my page because I don't want this video getting taken down. This message is too important. In America, you can be young, black, serving in our United States military with honor, and still get gunned down by a white cop who doesn't know any better. And God honestly, probably tried to get into the military and the Air Force, but he couldn't do it, so he became a cop. Piece of shit. And for all you people out there who don't want to hear, ACAB, well, if you don't want to hear that they're all bad, then maybe you should start standing up when shit like this happens and be the first to call it out. The people we're supposed to depend on to keep kids that look like mine safe are the ones shooting them. Make that shit make sense. Fire that cop, make sure he never works anywhere again, make sure he can't have a gun again, and give that family the millions of dollars you're about to give them. Then I want you to apologize to the United States Air Force because you just took an asset from them that likely costs over $100,000 to train. So, well done. America 2024. When cops bang on the wrong doors and shoot whoever the opens it.
The family of a Florida airman is demanding justice today after he was shot and killed by police in his own home. 23-year-old senior airman Roger Fortson was alone in his apartment Friday when Okaloosa County Sheriff's deputies burst through the door and shot him 6 times. The sheriff's office says deputies were responding to a disturbance call at the apartment complex and acted in self-defense when they noticed Fortson was armed. However, Fortson's family says the gun was legally owned, and family attorney Benjamin Crump says Fortson heard aggressive knocks outside and asked who was there, but got no response. And that is when they say he grabbed his gun. Now, Crump says deputies had the wrong apartment. He is calling for the body cam footage to be released.
Did I not say this was going to happen? Hey, lady, can I ask you a question? Does the Second Amendment cover everybody or not? Because if it's only written for white men, can we just junk that shit? Because y'all are about to be a minority in the fucking first place. So for some reason, a man in his own home has to have a justification for coming to his fucking front door with a weapon. But I have seen Caucasian men do that and worse. And if you so much as say gun regulations, they lose their fucking mind. See, and the fact that this is a white woman that said this. Now you understand why women of color don't want to stand next to y'all. I heard it. A black woman said it, so I'm going to repeat it. White women are the handmaidens of white supremacy. They are. There's no fucking way you'd say that if this was your child. Of course you wouldn't. If it was your child, the NRA would be involved. Can we just... Can we stop bullshit, please? Can we just get this out in the fucking open? This is one of them things that kind of itches the back of my brain every once in a while. I want to talk about it and then I fuck around and forget it. So let's just put it all out on the table. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay? Let's do it. America is uncomfortable when a weapon is in the hand of somebody that isn't a white man. That's why when you see white women holding weapons, it always is some cute bullshit. I pack mine for protection. Because you're trying to keep up with them idiots. But let that hand be black or brown. Let that hand be native or indigenous. Let that hand be Asian or Pacific Islander. Let it happen. And the optics start to change, especially when the hand is black. I told y'all earlier today this was going to happen. Did I not fucking say that? Did I not say this? I knew it was coming. I saw it coming. Of course, the black man has to justify why he came to the front door with a weapon in his hand, in his own house. Not a house he was breaking into, not a house where he had a hostage situation going on. No, he has to justify why he was in his own motherfucking house when the police covered the goddamn peephole, knocked on it, said they were police, and he came to the door with a weapon in his hand. He got to justify why he's dead. Did I not told you? Kill the body, kill the fucking reputation. I fucking knew it. And the fact that it is a white woman saying this. A white woman. Y'all, some of y'all really do live up to that goddamn name. Handmaidens of white supremacy. We all know in this country, a weapon in the hand of a black man is scarier than a weapon in the hand of a white man. And if you tell me otherwise, explain this. This is my home. My home. If I want to come to the goddamn front door with not a stitch of goddamn clothes on and a pair of Nike Cortezes holding on to my shit, it's my fucking right to do so. He doesn't have to justify that shit. He's an American fucking citizen. But you didn't see that though, did you? You didn't. There's going to be a whole lot of hang-wringing because the very first thing you're going to say is, why do I have to bring up race? Why did you have to bring up the fact that he had to justify coming to his goddamn front door with a weapon? I think the answer to your question is the answer to my question. You gotta be fucking kidding. I keep telling y'all, man, I can predict these things. I know how this works. And some of y'all want to walk around here with these rose-colored glasses up your ass. Well, let me give you a little bit of a reality check. Either the fucking Second Amendment covers everyone, or we should junk that shit. If you are uncomfortable with African Americans being gun owners, then my suggestion is you don't look at African Americans when they're buying guns. Ooh, it makes me feel icky. Then go the other motherfucking way. You can see fucking overweight white men walking around with AR-15s in Chipotle and nobody says shit. A black man comes to his own fucking front door with a weapon in his hand, he gets killed, and you have the goddamn gall to say this? Read it. Y'all read it. Read it. Read it. And what TikTok will do, we'll call this harassment and bullying. Even though this is for educational purposes. Because this is a conversation that we should have been had a long goddamn time ago. Our fucking racial bias when it comes to the Second Amendment. America is uncomfortable with armed Negroes. They always have been. Nothing has changed. I don't give a fuck how abstract you've tried to make it. America is uncomfortable with black gun owners. They're uncomfortable with Hispanic gun owners. They're uncomfortable with anybody being a gun owner except white folk. And this proved it. Why should that man have had to justify coming to his own front door with a weapon in his hand? That's his house. Who is it that's always talking about the castle doctrine? Who is it that literally has stand your ground laws so that they can be able to pew anybody that they feel like is threatening their goddamn life, whether it's in public, private, on their property, at a fucking Walmart, in the front of a liquor store? Who is it that's doing that? But it ain't no fun when the rabbit got a gun now, is it? So let's just get it out the way. This is a clear fucking example of something black, brown, native and indigenous, and Asian and Pacific Islander people have known for a very long fucking time. This is a perfect example of it. America is uncomfortable when the hand holding a weapon is not white. They are uncomfortable with it. Law enforcement lives off of that shit. They hope like hell we're holding a weapon. How many men and women have been gunned down in fucking stand your ground states, open carry states, black folk, gunned down for doing something that a whole lot of Americans and the goddamn NRA says is our Second Amendment right? How many lives have been lost because that Second Amendment right doesn't extend to people who look like me? How many lives have been lost? And how many times have the police investigated their goddamn self, found out they didn't do anything wrong because, oh my God, a scary Negro with a weapon, you feared for your life. And how many people, how many white folks have said shit like this? How many? How many? How many bodies are sitting in the motherfucking graveyards and the cemetery right now in fucking open carry, fucking concealed carry, free roam for everyone having a weapon states? How many? How many? White men are never asked why they came to the door with their shotgun or come to the door with their AR-15. They're never asked, how come you got a fucking not AK, but a goddamn Glock 19 at Walmart? But let it be somebody that ain't white. In their own home, which we're always told that's where we're protected, which has not been true. And we can't own weapons, obviously, because scary black folks with weapons. And what did I tell y'all earlier? The fuck I tell y'all earlier? First they killed the body. Then they killed the what? What'd I say today? What the fuck did I say earlier today? When I say these things, don't fucking doubt me. Just believe me. And if you truly feel what I'm saying, fight shit like this. I rest the fucking the prosecution rests.
Like, seriously, lovelies. The thing is that this kind of situation keeps on happening. It keeps on repeating itself. Like, when we think that, okay, we have rallied, we have, talked about it, we have, protested, we have, like, this is something that keeps on happening. Like, in a year, it happens all the time, and the same story, the same kind of story, the same, oh my god, mistaken identity, oh my god, it was just a mistake, the same kind of thing. So this young 23-year-old boy, who is at the peak of his career, who is at the peak of his future, who decided that he wants to be a better man. He decided that he wants to be a good citizen, a good, better citizen for the society and also for his family. He wants to be a good son, a good probably future husband to a woman, a good father, a good human being. He wants to be a good human being. But the society never gave him that opportunity. The society never gave him the opportunity to become a good human being. The society, blocked his process to becoming a good human being in the society. What did, like, seriously? So this young man, he was on a FaceTime with probably his friend, fiancé, girlfriend, whosoever he was on FaceTime with. Then he heard a bang on his door. He is not as if he's a criminal or something of that nature, or a bad guy or something. He's an Air Force guy. He's an airman. He's someone that already built his future. He's someone that already has something. It's not as if he was seen doing something that is illegal or something that is not nice or something that he's not supposed to be. He already have his own future planned. He already going towards successful future, and he heard this bang on his door, and he said, "Who is that?" This person didn't say a word. This person didn't say a word like, "Yo man, I am here. I'm the one. Can you come out?" or something like that. The person kept quiet. Then he heard the bang for the second time, which now looks so suspicious on him, despite that he is actually a first person, right? He decided that, okay, let me save myself. Let me save myself because I have been saying, who the hell is in the door and nobody is picking? What do you think that he was supposed to do even in his own position, in such position, someone that is also in the, what do you expect him to do? This young man decided to take something of protection that he was legally allowed to take for his own safety. He was legally allowed to take it. I think I am gonna put his, the picture, the footage here. I'm just gonna put it somewhere in this video so that you can see the civilian of what was shown and how he was holding it, And this guy was just holding it. He never, it's not as if he's already put it in his hand and how it is in the pew. And he opened the door. They didn't even introduce themselves. They didn't even say whatsoever. It's just to, like, in his apartment. Like, what the heck was that? What is going on? What the heck was that? He never attacked you. He never, nothing. Why didn't you even respond? Like, I thought if these people are coming to invade somewhere, there is some kind of, we on our way coming, like some kind of noise, some kind of alert that we are here. Like, will you just sneak in someone's apartment and you, like, seriously, this is just unbelievable. It is unbelievable because this was actually done inside the house. The other ones we've been seeing outside is just something like, okay. But someone was asking who is at the door. What stops you from, okay, I think somebody is there, so we have to respond. So that means you intentionally kept quiet. You kept quiet because you know what exactly what you're about to do. Why wouldn't you alert this person? Even if you're coming to arrest someone, aren't you going to alert these people that you're coming? And you saw that this person, you just imagine opening a door and someone flashes light on your eyes, and and what they are here talking about is that it was a mistaken address, a mistaken. Oh my God, this reminds me of exact thing that I actually stitched one time of the same mistaken. This case is a case of a tour company or something. They say that they saw a truck that is parked in someone's house. They decided that they're gonna go there in midnight to tour the truck. They decided to go tour the truck of said black man. And when this man, noticed that someone is at his truck, he decided that he want to rush out, not even with any pew, but just, was it a stick? And these people opened and killed him. Seriously, they opened, and what they say is that it was a mistaken house. Just the same thing over and over and over again. You want to keep on taking these people, taking them. Like, seriously, lovelies, this is just getting out of hand. This is now a culture. The same thing that happens to this man, the same kind of narration. It was a mistaken thing, blah 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 blah. Like, seriously, lovelies, when I saw this video, it just took me back to the same video I stitched some time ago about the same mistake. They went to this man's house, they decided to tow his truck, and this man was curious. That was midnight. He was curious what was happening. He decided to come out, and on seeing him, these people decided to, like, not 1 to 15. And this case is a case of 6. It's a case of 23-year-old boy whose future, who decided that, okay, I just want to be a good person. I just want to go to school. I just want to graduate. I just want to become a person. I just want to serve the government. I want to serve the society. Like, seriously, lovelies. Like, the mother is so pained right now. The mother to this, I could not even imagine what she's going through. Do you know what it feels to actually, your own offspring, like this woman? Like, what do you expect from these people? And when you see them outside, angry, bitter of the injustice, then some people will have the nerves to talk about why is it that black people are so bitter and angry and aggressive. Some people say something like that, and I begin to wonder, just imagine this woman. Do you think that she's gonna be happy? Do you think these boys, sisters, families are gonna be angry? They will always remember. It is already registered. They will always remember the injustice. And when they see someone that looks like a TREAT, they will want to retaliate. This is how it all began. This is how it all began. It's not a matter of, oh, why are you guys very angry? Like, just look at this promising guy. A guy that have not even lived. Did these people just cut him short? Seriously, lovelies. He's only 23, already in the peak of his career. Already in his peak. He's probably have someone in his life. He's trying to build his life. He's trying to be a good human being. And because you think that I'm just gonna do whatsoever I want to do and get away with it, like, sometimes, apart from all of these privileges, isn't it not so nice when we just sit down and reflect about this life as a whole, and just put sentiment aside and trying to reason like good human being, like, my actions, is my actions, nice? Is it good in humanity? When I'm gone today, what am I going to be remembered of? Like, serious, people do not think about that. Just keep all these sentiments apart. Just keep all this rate and season. Just keep them aside. And just sit down on your own. Reason and think about yourself. The way you treat people. The way you and know if this is actually good in the sight of God, humanity, earth, and all of that. Just imagine this young, promising guy. What has he done to deserve all of this? Somebody was, in a comment of my favorite TikToker, Mr. Thompson, is it Thomas? She was like, you wouldn't expect a, officer to see you with, pure and not expected pure. But in the footage, the body camera that was shown, this guy was not, he was right in his head, raising his, right hand, was it left hand up, and with the pew facing the floor, like facing the ground. But when you see the officer is already pointing at him, like, what else? What else would you describe? This guy is already, he's not pointing anything at you. His hands are up. He's just an innocent person trying to build something for himself. He's just an innocent person trying to serve the society, the country as a large. But you decided that he do not want it. He do not deserve whatever life is trying to give himself. You want to cut it short. Like, seriously. Why is it that before most of all these people are put in certain position, why not go through a thorough psychological investigation to know if they can actually handle, a certain position? Like, seriously, this person is not even on you. You only saw something. And why is it that when stuff like this is healed by, what I mean, it seemed, oh my God, they're trying to but when it is healed by pan-colored people, okay, it's something, like, seriously. And when we want to talk, everybody will like, you shouldn't make this all about race. But the society already making it all about race. If you want us not to make it all about race, can you treat everybody equally in this already MES society? Can you at least treat everyone with equal right? Can you, cease treating some people so, okay, and the other one so, like, seriously, when I saw this last night, I couldn't sleep. I was just imagining what the parents will be passing through. I was just imagining the mom. I was just trying to imagine what the guy, like, how he called who is at the door. He was on FaceTime with his girl. Probably you just have to tell the girl, okay, somebody's at the door, I want to check the door. This person refused to answer me, so I have to get a weapon and probably drop the phone. And the phone was just there, and the person behind the phone was just listening to all the conversation. And for him to just open the door, he's meeting his end. Like, you're not even SAVE in your own house anymore. Not to talk about outside. When you go outside, you are embarrassed. You are put over for a mistaken identity. When you're also inside your house, they will come to your house and still do the same thing. So where do you want these people to actually, where? There's a particular video I also stitched concerning this kind of scenario, but good thing about it is that someone was with him and this happened outside and she's already recording. This is why they will tell you that our pastor, doctor was talking about why is it that like people, they often record. Why would they do that if that is the only thing that's going to SAV them? Seriously, why would they do that? This particular what I'm trying to talk about is they were just on their own and they were pulled over and they were like, okay, you look exactly like somebody that were looking for the same hair color. He's already handcuffed. He's being searched. Before you know it, the girlfriend in the car decided to remove her phone to record. That was when they were like, okay. Then even finding out that this person is not the person you guys are looking for, you still want to look for something that will still pin this particular guy down. Until the girlfriends decide to like, you guys have not, you've not seen nothing on him, so why not let us go? This is just the case. Just the same thing. It might actually come in different form, but it's still the same thing we are talking about. Like, at what end will they stop? At what end, lovelies? When I saw this, I was like, oh my God, not again. Not the same style again. Not the same, POLICE again. They cannot even allow us to use some words anymore. Like, seriously. Anyways, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And do not forget that we do not support any form of will harass or was videos here for educational, informative, and historical purposes. So please, share this video to get justice. Subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. Like, leave your thought in the comment section. And I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.
Watch up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.